Assalamu alaikum. This is a real quick video I have for the followers of Daniel, since I get so many comments from these people. You guys are so lost. So I have a question. How are you guys going to get rid of the Muslim rulers while you guys live in the West? I really trying to understand it. Can one of you guys, one of you followers of Daniel and Daniel himself, how are you guys going to get rid of the Muslim rulers while you're living under the Western secular governments? Ask yourself this question. I notice with the followers, they love Daniel and his debates, but I have noticed with the hardcore followers of his, you guys don't use critical thinking. You like when Daniel used critical thinking with the people he's debating with, but you don't actually have critical thinking on your own self and your own ideas. So, how you guys are going to get rid of the Muslim rulers while you guys, like Daniel himself, live in the West? Daniel lives in the USA. How he's going to get rid of the Muslim ruler? How are you going to even rebel against the Muslim ruler while you guys live in the West and you're living under the comfortable of the secular governments of secular laws? If Daniel Haqiqatjou and his followers who live in the West, if you guys can't get out of your own local public schools, the LBGQTI agenda, if you can't even control your local public school where you pay taxes for, Daniel, if you got a 9 to 5 job, you're paying taxes. If you own a home, Daniel, you're paying taxes. Daniel Haqiqatjou and your followers, if you guys can't get rid of the curriculum of the LBGQTI in the public school in the districts where you live, how are you going to get rid of the Muslim rulers in the Muslim countries and you can't even get rid of the LBGQTI agenda in the public school where your tax dollars where you live goes towards these public schools and the curriculum? If you can't get rid of the LBGQTI curriculum in public schools, how in the hell you guys going to get rid of Muslim rulers in a Muslim country? I think this is the real good question for the followers of Daniel, because you guys, when it comes to critical thinking, you love when Daniel used critical thinking questions for the people he debate, but within your own thinking, with Daniel's own statement, you guys remove critical thinking. I like to ask that question for all the followers of Daniel and Daniel himself. If you can't get rid of the LBGQTI agenda in the public school where your tax dollars goes towards, how are you going to get rid of the Muslim rulers? If you guys and the followers of Daniel, if you guys actually in the West, if you actually only are community digital, you're only a digital community, which means that you're not like a real community living somewhere together. That's another whole totally question. If you're just a digital community, how are you going to do anything? If you guys are only a digital community, how are you going to do anything? The remote communities are not real communities. You guys are still in the matrix. You guys are in the matrix. And this is for all the fanboys of Daniel. If you guys are just a digital community, YouTube community, internet community, online community, how are you going to do things in real lives? If you guys can't even live together, I notice Daniel's not building no real Muslim community, maybe a digital one. But what are you going to do digitally? What type of movement you're going to do digitally? Are you going to digitally remove the LBGQTI agenda stuff in the public schools where you guys live? Are you going to digitally remove the Muslim rulers in the Muslim countries while you live in the West? What you guys are going to do, man? You guys can't even take down my videos for those guys leaving comments on my page. in all my videos. Matter of fact, you can't even prevent me from deleting your comments. You guys can't delete. You guys cannot prevent me from deleting your comments. So if you guys are this powerless, if you're this powerless over the digital community, if you guys are powerless in your physical communities where you live, how are you going to change the condition of the Muslims in the Muslim country? How are you going to change and run the Muslim government? How are you going to do it? You're going to do it while on YouTube? You're going to do it on Telegram? You're going to have a Telegram community where you're going to get rid of the Muslim governments? How you guys are actually going to do this digitally? If you don't even have a physical community, your own physical community that you live in, you have no say so. A lot of you guys might even have family problems. You might even have family members who are liberals or who lean towards that way or not religious. And you're not even able to motivate them to leave what they're doing. So if you guys don't have no physical power, how are you going to change the Muslim rulers? I don't understand how you're going to change the condition in the Muslim country. I don't understand it. I don't understand that. You know, I don't understand you guys, the followers of Daniel. And then what you're going to exchange? How Daniel, what type of exchange he's going to bring to the Muslim land? Or he's going to come with his books in philosophy, like on his website, and use those books of Eurocentric secular philosophy to rule the Muslim land. Why you guys don't do something real small? If y'all guys want us to take Daniel serious and take the followers of Daniel serious, won't you guys start a real community where y'all all live together? Won't y'all start that? If you guys could start a real community where you're all living together and it's not a digital community, it's not a YouTube community, it's a real physical community where you control your own schools, you control the education in there, you control the district, you control the actual laws. If you actually could do that, then I say, man, maybe you guys got something right. But if you guys are just online, digital, on the internet, then you guys can't make no real change in real life. You guys are powerless. I'd say this to all the fanboys of Daniel. You guys are powerless. Matter of fact, you don't even have the power on YouTube to make your comments that you leave in my video present or apparent that people could read them and see them. You don't even have the power to do that. You guys don't even have the power to stop the people who are making videos showing Daniel mistake. You don't even have the power to prevent them from making the videos. Matter of fact, in the Muslim country, in the Muslim government, the government even has the power to prevent people from talking about them in public. You guys don't even have the power online to stop people from talking about Daniel. So, I mean, you guys are powerless. You're powerless and you sound very cultish. And this is another issue that's in the Muslim community in the West. We have a lot of cultish Muslims who are ignorant of Islam. You guys don't have any power. And you guys talk about the Deobandis and this and this and that, and the Atharis or the Asha'ira and these peoples and this, even the Asha'ira in the Muslim country, most Muslim countries, and the Deobandis in most Muslim countries, they're with the government. They're with their governments. They're with their Muslim government and Muslim leaders. And they're not fighting no jihad against them. Some of them are benefiting from those Muslim rulers in their country. Especially them Indian countries or the Indian Muslims from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India. I really want to know how Daniel and his followers is going to remove the Muslim rulers while they live in Western secular governments, and they live very well. A lot of you guys are better off in the West in America than your own Muslim country some of you guys come from. You're better off. And I noticed that Daniel himself is powerless. He has no power. I have another video I'm working on right now where it shows that Daniel have different type of personalities. That's my next video, inshallah. Daniel was with Maghrib Institute. Daniel with Yaqeen Institute. Daniel was with AIM. Wherever Daniel goes, he cannot stay. He's not stable. Wherever Daniel goes, he is not stable. Daniel takes from the Salafis. He learned Islam from Salafis, from the Obandis. He's not even stable on how he's learning Islam and what he's learning. He's not even stable. So if this guy is not stable, he was with what? AIM Conference. He was with Yaqeen Institute, and I got the receipts. He was also partnered up with Maghrib Institute. Wherever Daniel goes, he's not stable because he's powerless. He has some personality issues. And you can have a person can have personality issues and be very intellectual. Mental health doesn't affect everybody's intellect. You could be very intellectual but suffer from mental health issues, or have a borderline personality disorder and be very intellectual. And this is one of the questions I'm really asking the followers of Daniel. Since you guys are a remote community, how are you going to change the Muslim rulers? That's my main question. If you guys are a remote community and you all reside in the secular Western countries, how are you going to change the Muslim rulers? Especially if you guys can't even change in the districts where you live, in the public school where your tax money goes towards. Because you know, if you're working in America, you're paying taxes. And if you're not paying taxes, you're going to be going to prison. So if you're paying taxes, why you guys cannot get that LGBTQI agenda out to public schools in your communities? So if you're powerless in your own communities, and you guys don't have a real community when it comes to Daniel, you're only a remote community, digital community, what you really going to do? What power you really have? You have no power. I don't even think you guys have influence. I really think you guys don't have influence, because Daniel, in the end of the day, even though he's promoting those Deobandis, sooner or later, the same Deobandis that Daniel is promoting, they're also going to find issues with him, because I already have some of the proofs already. That's my next video. Wherever Daniel goes, he was with what? Yaqeen Institute. He had issues with them and he was kicked out. He was part of Maghrib Institute and I got the receipts for it. He worked with them. He didn't stay with them. He was with AIM. Authentic, I believe, Islamic Mission. And they got rid of him. Wherever Daniel goes, he has problems. I think he has a BPD. That's my next video. So when he's gonna get with wherever Deobandis, whoever group he get, he's going to also have problems with them. No matter where Daniel goes, he's not going to be stable. Whatever group he keep on jumping from, whatever organization or group he keep on jumping from, because Daniel has a BPD, borderline personality disorder, even though he's highly intellect. I have my hypotheses about Daniel and where he might be ending up next.